Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to be creating a card, a really nice beautiful coloured card. It is Pride month this month, so I wanted to just create something really beautiful. So I'm going to be using these two dies here. So these are layering dies. So we've got this one which is more of a basic outline, and then we've got this one underneath which is going to allow us to have a little bit of colour come through. So those two are going to layer together. So I have already die cut them just so you can see how they are going to turn out. So you can see that this one here is just that really beautiful thin outline, and then again we've got that sort of thicker die there. And again, then we'll be able to just layer these on top of each other. So what I'm going to be doing is keeping this top piece white, and we're going to add some ink to our thicker piece. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of embossing just for our background. So I've picked up this, it's just a random embossing folder that I've got in my stash, and this is going to look really beautiful for our background. So it's going to go on our 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card, and then again we are going to pop our really beautiful colourful flowers on top. So first thing I'm going to do is do my embossing for our background. So I'm going to grab a piece of Ink Me cardstock by Hanky Dory, because this is a thick 300 GSM cardstock and it's going to go really nicely through our embossing folder. So we run that through the die cutter machine. So there is our just really simple background. Just going to add a little bit of depth to the background of our card. Okay, so there we have our background. We've got sort of a nice white border. So what we're going to do is see how this looks at the end to see whether we need to add another colourful matte and layer in there. But we're going to leave that as it is just for the moment, and we're going to work on our flowers. So again, I'm going to be leaving this portion white, and we're going to be adding some colour to this piece. So I've got a bunch of the Distress Ink colours, and we've got our rainbow colours here. And I did pick up this from Amazon the other day, and this is little mini daubers, but it's actually got the brush ends on them, and we'll be able to sort of get in here really nicely for any sort of intricate kind of dies or stencils that you might have. This is going to be perfect. And then you do have one blending brush per colour then as well. Okay, so there we've got all of our colours on our flower. So now if we bring in our outline, you can see how that is gonna sort of come together and look. So it's gonna help with any kind of blending around those petals, and it's just given us a really lovely kind of background. So I'm going to add some adhesive to our outline. I'm just going to use my dotty tape pen, and I'm just going to really carefully go all over this die cut. It's really intricate, so I wouldn't even like to try to add any glue to this, but I'm just going to be really careful to make sure that I don't kind of stretch any of the pieces, if I make sure I don't break any of them. So let's add our piece. We want to make sure I'm just lining up the centers here. So if we bring back our background, just you can really kind of see all of those colours. Let me just show you on a blank piece there. So you can see that's super subtle, and you do have then that white background coming through. So you can see that you've still got that sort of white showing through. What you could do is ink blend the background if you wanted to do that, just to have a little bit more colour. But this, just with that white top, and then you can see through the leaves, is just giving that really lovely subtle bit of colour. So I do want to just add a little something to our background just to help it sort of stand out a little bit. So I'm going to add some of this Cosmic Shimmer. This is mica powder, and this is the Enchanted Gold. So this is just going to add a little something subtle to our background, because I don't want to distract too much from all that really lovely kind of subtle colouring that we've done. So I've just brought my lamp in a little closer. Hopefully you can see that shimmer on there. If you can just catch it in the light, it's really subtle, but it's going to add a really lovely shimmer to our background. Okay, so now we've got our background with a lovely bit of shimmer on there. We can go ahead and start assembling our cards. Again, you can sort of see that there. So I want to add some dimension to our background. So I'm going to grab some of my Big Mama foam tape. And we're just gonna add this to our background. We're gonna add our background. So we've got this really lovely, simple background here. And then we have got our flowers, which is gonna go on like this. So again, I'm just gonna add some adhesive. All over the back. Just like so. We're going to do that at a little bit of an angle. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is add a sentiment onto here. So I've picked out, these are the Hunky Dory Little Moments sentiments, and we've got this one, Celebrate Every Moment, and I thought that was a really nice sort of a sentiment here. So we're going to take that one, and we're going to take the shadow die as well. And that is just going to be sort of the perfect length for today's card. So for our shadow, I am just simply going to die cut this from some vellum. So let's just hold that in place with a little bit of washi tape. And then I'm going to pick one of the colours to actually die cut my sentiment. And I actually really love it. So this is the Peacock's Feathers. So I'm going to pick out a sort of more of a turquoise kind of colour. So I've got this sort of darker one here, or we do have this lighter colour, and I think I'm going to go for the lighter colour, and that is the Ocean Blue. So here we have our die cut. So I want to add some adhesive to the back of this. So I haven't yet taken this from the rest of the cardstock. So I'm going to take my dotty tape pen, and I'm actually just going to add the adhesive while it's in here, and then hopefully that's still going to just come out as easily. So we've got all of those pieces off. So now we can line up our word with the shadow. Okay, Okay, so I've actually changed my mind. After I'd popped our sentiment on here, I felt like it got a little bit lost with that vellum, so I've actually just die cut that shadow, and I've popped it onto some gold mirror card because I think that's going to just go really nicely with our background. So I'm just going to add another bit of adhesive to this, and we can pop this back on our card. So yeah, I feel like that just stands out so much more. Again, it'll just sort of go nicely with that mica powder that we have used, and like I said, it does just stand out really beautifully then. So the last thing we're going to do just to complete our card is we're just going to add some Nouveau drops. These are the jewel drops. These are Lavender Dream. And these dry translucent, so they're not going to be sort of mega in your face or anything like that. So we're going to pop one just there, go there, let's just do one there, and then we're going to add some just around the outside. Just like so, and then that is going to finish our card for today. So I really love how this one's come out. It's really simple, it's got a nice little bit of colour on there, and it was super easy to put together. So that's it for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so you don't miss out on any future videos. So that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and happy crafting.